We embarked upon the journey to do some exploration of Southeast Asia. My name is Laura. That is actually my given name. Mama Z is a name that was given to me back into the United States in some of my university studies. I had a college professor at the time to give me that name. It was actually Nzingha. And so that is very important because Nzingha is a famous queen from Africa that had a mirrored life, is what I found out over the course of, I would guess, the next 40 years of my life, 30 years of my life after this name was given to me by this professor. So that led me to, at a young age, develop a very keen philosophy of international studies and ethnic food and anthropology and linguistics and American consulates traveling the world and history and anthropology and archaeology. So that was part of the reason we embarked upon the journey to do some exploration of Southeast Asia.
Abundance existed at all times. Please undo the blinds so you can let the sun shine. Everything we do out here in Chiang Mai these days is divine. And all the friends that we meet pretty much treating us kind. So don't be like a 3 mice walking around blind. Can't you have it in your heart to just do something that's kind? Instead of always wrestling each other and always back and forth, I don't want to hear it. I want somebody to come through with only a positive spirit. My name's Andre Burgos, and I'm of Puerto Rican descent. Both my parents are from New York City, and they raised me in South Florida in Miami. Spent about 20 years in Miami, and after 20 years, I just wanted a different place. And so I moved to the next biggest city, I thought, out of state, which was Atlanta, Georgia. And I've been a chef for about 20 years. And I grew out of Atlanta. I said, I need something else. I grew out of the country. And that's how me and my wife really connected more. It's like, let's get out of here. And so that's what really brought us to Southeast Asia. It's just the decision alone, you know. It wasn't like we were working with a whole bunch of money in the bank. We did it out of, it's gonna work, we're doing it, and just made the decision.
It was the best thing that we could have ever did for ourselves, and we're forever changed by coming to Chiang Mai, Thailand. Forever changed. And before we close out, without a doubt, without a doubt. And before we close out, and without a doubt, the abundance exists at all times, exists at all times, exists at all times. The abundance exists at all times, at all times, at all times. We were living a very stressful life, but we were also very successful simultaneously in the U.S. So it was a very tough compromise. Do we trade the advantages, so they are called, of living in the U.S. and the hustle and bustle and the fast pace and the economy there of one of the quote-unquote richest nations of the world? Or do we do a trade-off and get a different type of wealth and richness in a slower pace, an organic diet, music as a culture, boundaries in culture in terms of when you can buy alcohol, when you can play music, it was just an entirely different way of living and thinking, and it was a trade-off in terms of a value system. And so lead a dream, so lead a dream, no matter, no matter, no matter, no matter what it costs to sing. So lead a dream, so lead a dream, no matter, no matter, no matter what it costs to sing. It costs to sing, it costs to sing, it costs to sing, it costs to sing, it costs to sing. Just lead a dream. There's a food component of what we do. My husband and I are chefs for over 20 years, each of us. And so we do things to help people detox and help them maintain a certain lifestyle, to help them with various health conditions such as obesity and mental health, gastro issues, gastrointestinal issues. It's something that we've seen a lot of proof for, even more living here in Thailand, because of the food system, interestingly. So we have been practicing it in the United States and teaching it and telling others about it, but now we can see it without the large emphasis on it, just in the natural way that the society ebbs and flows. In terms of the dairy industry here doesn't have antibiotics in it and hormones, and the meat here is free range, and the eggs are not refrigerated like they are in the US. So we can see a very helpful component to helping people use the ecosystem right here in Thailand where they live, picking freshly grown fruit from your yard, locally grown, and having those benefits, and using the stems to make and the peels to make poultices for illness, meditation, having a food delivery program where if you don't want to learn how to make the food directly with us, we can set up a program where we can deliver it to you 3 days a week. Deliver the food, and you can store it in the freezer or have it fresh every day. So that would be the last thing that we probably would want to share, is that on our website, mamanzingha.com, also Mama Nzingha on Instagram and Facebook. We have more information about that, and you can reach us there. And we also have a book if people are interested in obtaining our vegan food book. We have a raw book, which is basically where you take the food and marinate it instead of cooking it. And that way you don't deplete the nutrients and the amino acids and vitamins that's in the food. And it's really soft and supple when you eat it because it's been marinating in like vinaigrettes that are raw and fresh. And your body really, really reaps the benefits of eating food in a vegan component in a raw state such as this. So we have more information about that at mamanzingha.com. We have a book that I wrote for over 20 years, an uncooked book, as I like to say, because you're not actually cooking. You are preparing the food handcraftedly and with dehydrators and blenders and food processors. And so the food is not using the oven. So I call it Mama Nzingha's Uncooked Book. So we have that for sale as well. You like that?